I want to talk a little bit about the Book of Mormon today, and kind of where I'm at with the Book of Mormon, and I guess trying to build a testimony, which I've heard is very important, to build a testimony. I'm very tired this morning. I worked a double yesterday. I've been working a lot of doubles, and I am very tired. Mosiah 4, 26 and 27, it says, I would that ye should impart of your substance to the poor, every man according to that which he hath, such as feeding the hungry, clothing the naked, visiting the sick, and administering to their relief, both spiritually and temporally, according to their wants. And see that all these things are done in order, and in wisdom and order, for it is not requisite that a man should run faster than he hath strength. People at my work don't understand that we are running faster than we have strength sometimes. That being said, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Book of Mormon and kind of my, I guess, shaky testimony. I was talking with the missionaries about this the other night. I have read the entire Book of Mormon, front to back, just once, but I have read the whole thing. When I was an investigator with the church, I decided that I wanted to read all of it. I wanted to know everything it said in the Book of Mormon, and so I did read all of it. So many people believe that the Book of Mormon is bad, evil. Oh, the bad, Book of Mormon, oh no, I've known people who have been offended just by my owning a Book of Mormon, and just seeing it, they're like, oh, it's the Book of Mormon, oh no, but I used to be so narrow-minded that I didn't believe that anything other than just the Bible could be inspired by God. But as I've gotten older, I've come to know that God can use any medium that He wishes to reach people and inspire faith in people and bring them closer to Him. And I guess here's the area where I guess my testimony of the Book of Mormon is shaky, because like I was telling the missionaries, I don't think that many people would really have an issue with the content of the Book of Mormon, in terms of from a moral standpoint, like what it says, like the messages of the Book of Mormon, are all very, very good. And, also I know that this book has reached and inspired and helped people all over the world, lots and lots of people. And I know that it's a good thing. The part that's difficult for me is the claims behind it, the claims of where it came from. That's kind of where I have issues. It's the Joseph Smith and the visions and the plates and it's all that kind of thing. I don't have a hard time believing that God's hand moves through this book. I know that that's true. The claims behind the Book of Mormon are I definitely struggle with some doubts there, I guess you could say. The Book of Mormon talks a lot about people in the Americas and things that were going on here long time ago. It has occurred to me that perhaps it would help me to study some of the history of the Americas to try to find evidence which lines up with the Book of Mormon. I've talked with my husband about the fact that, it's a little strange to me that, in our education system here in the United States, and let me just make something clear that I've never taken a history course in college, so I haven't really had, I haven't had any kind of in-depth study on the history of the Americas pre, Christopher Columbus. But as far as elementary school and high school and stuff is concerned, they don't really teach us very much about that. It's almost as though we're kind of led to believe that before Christopher Columbus came, before Europe, came to discovered the United States or the Americas and came here, that, the people that were here were just kind of, sitting under a tree banging on a drum for a long time. And, and yet I know that there had to have been more going on. There had to have been, kingdoms and battles and, just like there was in the rest of the world. It's silly to think that, just because, I wasn't, taught all of that it's as though, nothing ever happened. And then, on the other hand, I know that if somebody was, say, perhaps, studying history to try to find evidence about the life of Christ or about, something about the Bible, like the flood or something, they're going to find, they're still going to find arguments for and against something. Even in history, they're going to find arguments. That's the issue sometimes, I think, with trying to base your faith on evidence, on something that you can research and study, because I think oftentimes it's going to leave a person more confused and exhausted than they were in the first place. At any rate, so, I've been asked to study the Book of Mormon more, pray over it, and try to distinguish between, okay, is the Book of Mormon a good thing, or is it a true thing? And this is so utterly personal, what I'm going through with this, that I don't even know why I'm, throwing this up on YouTube for, the world to see, just the general public to, to look at and make comments on and stuff. I probably shouldn't do that. But, anyway, this video's got a little long-winded, so, I'm gonna leave it there, and, probably make another video again in the future, kind of compare where I'm at